I've been following, how you are here in this hall. And I envied you how you shouted. I cannot shout like you do. There was a time when I shouted too. Good morning, dear friends. First of all, let me say how much I appreciate your group and what you're doing, working for the freedom and happiness of children and young people. Great job. I'm really amazed at what you're doing, a great project. So, first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to praise you. I'm a little older than you are. I turned 80 a few weeks ago. And this morning I tried to remember how I was and what I was doing when I was 12 to 18 years old. And I was told that your group is from 12 to 18. So what did I remember when I was a kid? When I was 12. There was a war going on, the war against Nazism. It was a battle to save humankind. Because that is what we were fighting for. Our fathers and grandfathers and our brothers were at the front. Our mothers stayed behind, our older people stayed behind, and we, the kids. So I've lived a long life. But what happened at that time, I still remember as though it was yesterday. This has been engraved in my memory. What I went through during those years, I still remember, and that shaped me forever. That shaped my attitude for the rest of my life. They talk about children of the war. It is a special destiny. 12-year-old kids were producing weapons of war. They replaced the older ones at the factories. The front and the home front had to work together. They had to work together in order to stand up to the aggression, to the terrible aggression of Nazism. Well, of course, a lot of water passed under the bridges since that time. And today we are living in a different world, in a global and rapidly changing world. We're living in the global era. The global world is testing us. It's a very demanding world. It demands a lot of all of us. And that's one reason why I respect so much what you are doing, because it is so much related to this global world. We have yet to learn how to live in this global world
построить новый мировой порядок.
and how to build a better world order.
Еще на выходе из холодной войны
At the end of the Cold War,
Папа Иоанн Павел II,
Pope John Paul
теперь
II,
покойный,
the late Pope John Paul II,
сказал лучше всех:
said it best.
нам нужен
He
новый
said,
мировой порядок,
we need a new world order,
и он должен быть
a world order
более стабильным,
that is more stable,
более
that
справедливым
is more just,
и более гуманным.
and that is more humane.
Вот уже многое потом было сказано сегодня.
So, as I said, he said it best.
Многое всего было сказано на этот счет другими, в том числе и я,
Others, including myself, have also spoken about a
но
new world
лучше
order.
пока никто не сказал.
But I think that he said it best.
Нам, тем, кто уже дошел из своей жизни, и
So,
вам, вступившим в
those of us who are
жизнь,
coming to the end of our
и
lives, and
думающим,
you
как ее прожить,
who are beginning your lives and who are thinking about how to live your life,
я вам советую не выбрасывать и не отталкивать от себя желание подумать о том, как прожить жизнь.
what I recommend, think about it. Think about how to live your life in the best possible
Все то, что
way.
вы продумаете, это тот груз, который облегчит вас, ваш путь в будущее.
Your thoughts of today will help you in the future.
И если вы учетесь чем-то одним, даже и хорошим, вы окажетесь не готовы жить в этих условиях.
And you must think about how to get ready to live in the coming years, not focusing on just one thing, but doing a lot of things.
На выходе из холодной войны были заложены основы мира без разделителей приний.
When we ended the Cold War, we laid the foundations of a world without dividing lines.
Мы хотели, чтобы человечество вместе
We wanted
искало ответы
mankind
на новые глобальные
to
вызовы.
work together to respond to the new challenges.
Мы верили в то, что люди
We
способны
believe
объединиться перед лицом общих угроз
We believe that people are capable of uniting in facing common threats
для достижения общих целей.
and in achieving common goals.
Когда-то, в 1963 году, Джон
In
Кеннеди,
1963,
президент Соединенных Штатов,
U.S. President
на
John
встрече в
Kennedy,
университете спросили, задали вопрос,
speaking at American University in Washington,
что такое будущий мир.
he was asked, how do you see the world of the future?
Тогда он ответ дал такой, который я
And he said something
имею все слова сказать, что сегодня он имеет еще больше.
that I want to repeat today because it is even more important today.
Он сказал тогда, если вы думаете,
He
что
said, if you
будущий мир
that
это
the world-
Пакс Американо,
The world of the future is a Pax Americana.
то вы заблуждаетесь.
You are mistaken.
Или это мир будет для всех,
Either
или его вообще не будет.
we are going to have peace for all, or we are not going to have peace at all.
Сегодня я думаю, что он еще больше прав, чем тогда, когда
I
говорил.
say that he was exactly right.
К сожалению, многие надежды
Unfortunately,
холодной войны
many of our hopes that we had after the end of the Cold War have not been fulfilled.
не сбылись. Не сбылись.
They have not been fulfilled.
Мир в тревоге.
We are living in troubled times.
Сегодняшний мир в большой тревоге.
We are living in troubled times.
Люди гибнут.
People
Войны и
are
конфликты.
dying in wars and conflicts.
От рук террористов.
People are dying at the hands of terrorists.
Миллионы вынуждены покидать свои
Millions
страны.
of people have to leave their countries as refugees or
У них
migrants
нет возможности трудиться,
because they do not have a chance
создать семью.
to work, to build families, and to live happily.
Сотни миллионов людей страдают от нищеты и голода.
Hundreds of millions of people suffer from hunger and poverty.
Экологический кризис,
The crisis of the environment,
по сути, состоит в том, что
crisis
отношения
of the
между
environment, the
природой,
crisis
между человеком и
in
природой
relations between man and nature
достигли опасной черты.
has become particularly dangerous.
Когда-то было провозглашено, что царь.
You know that someone said in the past that man is the king of nature.
Это царствование закончилось печально.
Well, that
Сегодня
kingdom,
60% экологических систем подорваны.
that kingdom has come to a sad end. 60% of
Перед
environmental
нами
systems have
происходит
been damaged.
изменение климата на наших глазах.
We are watching as the climate changes.
Мы еще не готовы к тому встрече тяжелой и, может быть, даже опасной встречи природы.
And we are not yet ready when this is happening.
Обещанные знаменитой декларацией Ленина
The famous UN Millennium Declaration
обязательства
made promises, made obligations
создать условия
to create
для достойной жизни
conditions
сотням миллионов людей, которые сегодня страдают,
hundreds of millions of people to live in dignity.
могут оказаться невыполненными.
Those promises may not be fulfilled.
Это сегодня было сказано на конференции, которая проходила при Организации Объединенных Наций,
The UN conference
которая
has recently
обсуждала, как
discussed
выполнять эти
how those promises are being fulfilled.
обещания знаменитой декларации миллениума
So that Millennium Declaration
могут остаться на бумаге.
may be just a dead letter.
Или мы станем поступать так, что будем выполнять эти
So
обещания.
either we do something in order
Или
to
даже то, что
fulfill those promises,
Организация Объединенных Наций окажется пустой звуком.
or it will be just an empty declaration.
Это плохая ситуация, которая очень серьезно характеризует нас.
And empty declarations are bad things.
Глобальный финансовый кризис, вызванный алчностью немногих, хотят преодолеть за счет простых людей.
The global financial crisis that was caused by the greed of a few people is being resolved at the expense of ordinary people.
Они в него не виноваты.
Ordinary people were not to blame for that crisis.
Политика по-прежнему милитаризована.
Also, the world is still heavily militarized.
Возникла угроза новой гонки.
There is a real threat of a new arms race.
Все это было, когда я включался в большую политику.
When I was
Задача остановить этот процесс гонки.
When I was beginning my years of leadership, we wanted to stop that mad arms race, and it looked like it was impossible, but we achieved it. And now there is still the danger of a new arms race, and it can be even more dangerous. I would say that the state of the world today is 10 minutes to midnight.
Еще в университете московском я услышал от одного профессора такую фразу, но не запомнил. Даже лучший доклад хороший не могут...
You know, even a good speech has to be watered down a little bit, so I'm taking a drink of water. I'll be finishing right now, so let me just say that even though it's bad, never despair. Never despair. I have not come here just to inspire you with my words.
55 лет я занимаюсь политикой.
I've been in politics for 55 years,
И говорю вам на своем опыте.
and I can say from experience,
Не надо паниковать.
never panic.
Надо объединяться,
Unite.
объединять усилия и
Join
действовать.
your forces and act.
Верю, что по силам вам,
I
вашим
have
поколениям,
faith that your generation will have the strength
одолеть вызовы
to cope with the challenges of our time
и создать
and to build a society of which we will be proud. A happy society. Your generation will bring forth the leaders who will lead you in the 21st century. And the strongest of those leaders will run governments, will run nations. And their responsibility will be particularly great. And I would like to say a few words to those leaders. And I'm sure that every one of you could become such a leader. And that means I'm talking to all of you. Dear friends, future presidents and prime ministers, the future powers that be. Do not believe that politics is a dirty business, that it's incompatible with morality. Politics is difficult business. But without a moral core, it is empty. It is just a game of intrigue and other such bad things. During the years of perestroika, we tried to combine politics and morality. And because of this, even at difficult moments, we never forgot about the human being and about the human being, his strivings and his life. So to conclude, my friends, let me say something very simple. Many years ago, I read the old Indian spiritual book that has a phrase: he who perseveres will travel the distance. Your movement, your organization is your commitment. You're on the right path. You will succeed. You will accomplish a lot. You will make a difference. So, one more thing I want to wish you. Don't allow anyone to deceive you. Don't allow anyone to exploit you. Don't allow anyone to distract you from the real thing. Believe in your forces. Believe that a human being who cares about the future and who wants to change can find friends and like-minded people everywhere, among people of all countries and of all walks of life. Together, we can achieve a great deal. You can change the world for the better. I believe that. And I wish you success. Thank you.